Hey guys, welcome in. Today we got a special in the bag for you. We got Matt Christensen going through all his Discmania disc in his nice Discmania bag. Let's see what he's got.
Hello y'all. I'm gonna start off with my putting putters. I've kind of leaned away from the Rainmakers that y'all been seeing a lot lately. And I switched over to the P2s. I got the new Flex 3 P2. It's a little stiff, not too crazy compared to their prototype P2. Prototype P2 is a little bit stiffer, not too crazy much, but those are the Discmania molds. And then I have a P-Line P2 Innova Discmania mold. This one is very stiff. I like it a little bit better in the headwind putts. But yeah, those are my putting putters for now on.
Nice.
Throwing putters. I carry a Glow C-Line Innova P2. Very stable. I like it in headwind putts, or not putts, headwind throws, or 100 or 200 feet out approach shots.
Ooh,
I'll pull it out.
You bombed that thing. I've seen
And I love it a lot. It's a great flyer. And then I took out my P1X I had and started bagging the Sensei. And the Sensei seems to be working a lot better for me. I can have a little bit more angle control just because it's a little bit shallower. So yeah, my throwing putters. Let's hop into it with the mids.
mid-range. Okay.
Let's do it. Should I start off most flippy to stable or stable to flippy?
Let's go stable.
Alright,
I
alright.
love flippy.
Okay. For my stable forehand approach shots or very stable backhand approach shots, I have a prototype MD5 Metal Flake. It's the European Open edition with the stamp wiped off of it. So it's kind of like a ghost stamp. But it's pretty stable. Love forehand chip shots with it. Backhand shots I sometimes do, not very often with this, but it's very stable. And then I have a MD2 Inferno or Ferno, but my friend Justin gave this to me. He had it dyed, but probably one of the truest flying mids I've had. Angle holder. It'll hold whatever you put on there, and it's a little torque resistant, so it's kind of nice. And then next up I have a Kyle Klein Midnight Prowl. This is the first stamp he did. This one's a tad bit understable, just a little bit understable than the MD2. I like to throw this on a little bit of a baby hyzer, and I'll flip up the flat, maybe flex out on me for some wood shots. And then Steven over here just gave me this Exosoft Origin, and
She's flippy.
she's very flippy. I played with her the first day I got it, and it was just probably one of the most flippiest mids I've thrown, with a ton of glide too on it. It just goes like a good 45-degree hyzer into a turnover. It's crazy.
Just holds it. Yeah.
It's a perfect mid-range. Next up we'll do my fairways. We'll go flippy to overstable.
Okay.
This one is a S-Line FD, but it's a showstopper, Ellen Hansen's showstopper. It's very well beat in already. One of my flippiest FDs I have in the bag. Sometimes I carry an extra one, or I'll carry 3 of them, but this one right here is one of my main go-tos for wood shots. And then I carry this colorful flower die. My buddy Justin gave this one to me. This one's kind of kind of stable, a little understable in the wind, headwind. Very true to the numbers in the slight wind. My main driver for open courses. I do a little kind of
I see you throwing that a lot. Yeah.
kind of like as flat as I can and get a little bit of turn out of it. And then I have this is a CD2, I guess the CD1 now for Discmania lineup now. But this is the Innova mold CD2. It's a 9.5 -1.2. So Undertaker or a what's that? Escape, yeah. Or like I don't know the Innova run. It's like it's the same thing as a Undertaker or whatever.
Yeah, we'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I can't think of it. But this is basically a longer range FD, kind of FD fly-like for me. Really love it. It is a tad bit, I would say it's a tad bit flippier than my dyed FD. My dyed FD, tad bit flippier, but very controllable. And then I have two C-Line FD. One's an Innova mold or Innova FD3. This one's pretty beat in now. It'll fly pretty straight before it wants to fade out on me pretty bad. Mostly, I don't ever throw this forehand. Very rarely I'll throw it forehand, but most of the time it's just straight backhand shots. Very fun disc. It's a Glow C-Line. And then next up I have a European Open FD3 Metal Flake.
Metal Flake, yep.
Very stable for this mold. I haven't seen too many of them that are as stable as this. Very flat. My main forehand flick, flex shots I would try to get out of them. Very fun disc. And then what?
Drivers.
My first understable disc is a DD3. I wiped the stamp off a long time ago. It was all silver and it was really distracting, especially in the sun. I got this thing about 2 years ago, I'd say, almost a little over 2 years ago, right before the downfall with Discmania and Innova. I picked a few of these up, and now it's my go-to distance driver.
How far are you getting that thing?
I would say about roughly between 350 and close to 400.
I agree with that, yeah.
Just depends. Depends on the day.
Depends on the wind.
The wind, yeah, the weather.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, I have a CD3. Surprisingly, it is more stable than the DD3. This is the Innova CD3. I guess to the new DD1s, the Wraith. So I had a DD1 and it got really flippy, and I wasn't looking for something as flippy. But the CD3 fits that place just perfect, and probably one of my most favorite discs to throw now on the open shots. Just more or less get to play with it a little bit. And then next up that's stable is my DD3 in glow plastic from the Innova mold, Innova Discmania molds. This one looks beat in, but it's still pretty stable. I throw this flat, maybe with a little bit of a hyzer, it'll flip up just a hair, but it'll just glide for a while and then have a pretty good hard fade at the end. And then my next one, I have a dyed Cloudbreaker original from, I think this was the 2018,
Something like
the
that.
2018 run or 2019, I'm not too sure. But probably one of the most stable DD3s I've thrown. So I usually will throw this with a forehand flick, or I'll backhand it if I need something to finish off left, or forehand finish off right. So one of my favorites. And then last but not least, I have a Simon, the only non-Discmania disc in here, Simon Line Time Lapse. So I found out the numbers just recently, about a day ago. I thought this was going to be like a PD2 or Force Fly-like numbers. With the prototype, that's what it feels like. But on the new runs they're posting, they're like a destroyer, more or less, flight numbers. But this thing is a meat hook. I use it for extreme headwinds, or if I need something to really just go off to the left. Barely ever throw this forehand, not really too big on it. Not as comfortable as the DD3, but if you need something to finish off to the left, the Proto Simon lines are where they're at.
Oh yeah, can't believe you're throwing that.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I know. I can't believe it. I told myself I'm not gonna throw it, but then I threw it, and it was just one of those true flyers. You gotta put it in the bag.
Oh yeah.
So right out of the bag, it's stable, but it's been beaten in quite a bit now. So it's not as stable as it was before, but it's still pretty beefy meat hook. But yeah, that's my in the bag. Most all of my stuff I switched around, and I started throwing Discmania for about a month and a half, 2 months now.
Well, thanks Matt for sharing your disc for the channel.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me
We
here.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Welcome in, guys. This video is sponsored by Red Bull, the only energy drink that gives me wings. I usually drink about 3 of these before each round, and they really get me going. Maybe next time you'll shoot under par if you drink one of these. Welcome in, guys. This video is sponsored by Red Bull. Are you tired of shooting over par? You probably need 3 of these. That's my go-to snack. They say that Red Bull gives you wings, but Red Bull gives me birdies. Make sure you drink a few before your next round. This video is sponsored by Texas Tough Ziploc bags from H-E-B. I really get my trail mix going with my snacks in this bag. Thank you H-E-B and Texas Tough for keeping my snacks fresh on the course and off the course. Welcome in, fellas. This video is sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Taste the 23 amazing flavors at your local grocery store now. This video is sponsored by Goldfish. I always go for the family size because you can't get enough of that snack that smiles back. Thank you, Goldfish. When I drink soda, I always go for a Dr. Pepper with its simplicity of only 23 flavors. Go get you one now at H-E-B. This video was sponsored by Pizza Hut. Have you tried the new stuffed crust? Go get you one today at carry out and delivery only. This video was sponsored by Goldfish. Be sure to eat my ass.